change every day of our lives. And most days, it's nearly impossible to tell what, if anything, has changed. And then there are other days. For me, March 14th, 1982, a cold, chilly, rainy Sunday morning started out with me returning from an early bathroom call to snuggle under my quilt, saying a silent celebration that the phone had not rung. But then, the phone rang. So I have to lift up the phone and, hello? Sure, of course. Sure, I'd be glad to come in. Lying. To the person on the other end of the phone who had called me to come into work at the hospital, where I worked every day. In fact, in those days, I sometimes, like this time, working on a day off, worked every day. Seemed like months at a time. So I jump in the shower, I go back to my room, and I'm taking the clothes out of my bag, because yesterday was a big celebration. We went shopping. After 4 months, I finally was back down to a 31 waist. And I celebrated with new jeans and new underwear for the trimmer body. Jump into my clothes, out the door into the car. I'm parking the car, and it is raining like crazy. And I'm cheap, so we're parked 3 blocks from the hospital, so I don't have to pay anything. Put up the umbrella, and I'm running down the street with my briefcase in my other hand. Duck into the coffee shop and pick up a coffee and muffin. Now, I don't want to make any references to areas of the city folks who didn't grow up in Philadelphia might not know. So I'll describe to you that I'm standing at the side of a street that is 12 lanes across. People have trouble making this street on a good day, and at the moment, if there weren't ruts and high spots and curbing, I would have to walk on water to get across this road. Everywhere. But back then, I ran everywhere I go. So I back up, and I start hopping across from one high spot to the next. And I'm hopping across the high spots until I arrive at a high spot where I no longer have my footing. And I twist my leg, and I hear it crack, and I go down on my face into the river. I'm down there, and I look to the left, and frankly, I'm stunned. I'm looking to the right, and there are cars at the light. I'm thinking, thank God, surely somebody's going to help me. But the light changes, and the cars start honking for me to get out of the way. So I crawl across the river, up onto the high curb, and I'm looking around, I'm on my hands and knees, and there is nobody around. A vibrant city street on a rainy Sunday morning. And I'm by myself. And I struggled to my feet, crawled up a pole, and I put this foot down, and I could kind of tell it wasn't really attached anymore. So I don't really know how I got the half a block this way and the quarter block that way to actually arrive at the emergency room door. But I did. I arrive at the door, and I punch the button, and the doors swing open, and there's a bunch of people that actually know me. And they look at me, and they started laughing. I realize that I might not look so good. And what they see is an umbrella in this fist that is flat from the tip to the hand. I really only have half an umbrella left. And in this fist is a briefcase and a wet, soggy bag with not a thing left in it. It's all back on the street. So, I'm not in very good shape, and I'm glad to tell you that the jeans actually survived the fall just fine. Not a mark on them. Unfortunately, when they laid me out on the x-ray table, they needed to cut them off. And as that's occurring and the scissors are coming up my leg, coming higher and a little too high, and actually it's somebody that I work with in the hospital cutting my pants off, we cut through the waistband to reveal that not only did I buy new jeans and new underwear, but I bought the skimpiest pair of underwear I had ever had in my life with a Playboy logo right here on the string. Now my mother, I don't know, most people's mother have said something to the, I don't know, maybe it's from a medical family, something about clean underwear to the hospital. But she had never said anything about the logos on your clothing. So there I was, totally exposed. But the story's about change. And on most days, change is nearly impossible to notice. And on other days, the change can be so dramatic that it's impossible to know what it means. Madam Chair.